Yo, what's up with this? Well, how hard can it be to build a tuner car? Let's find out in this episode. It's not feeling really nice. So. No. We are just going to do all tiny small bits. Finalizing all, well, brake line stuff, preparing brake lines, power steering stuff, rear axle, measurements for the rear axle, to ship things out again, prepare gas tank, well, just prepare, and finishing stuff up. That's the goal on this episode. I've never done those before. They all look the same. Longer than you would expect. Okay, so that's a test fit. Then off, we need to repair, well, that. And as you know, on this channel, we never do rust repair, so ooh, it's going to be a difficult one now. Okay, so we're going to repair the filler neck mount, going to do some repairs on, well, maybe only clean this out. I think the rust is not so bad. I think that's the only rust point there is. So we are in full swing on making the list shorter. So we've got a couple of things that in the latest two episodes I mentioned. We've got some tiny rust spots that we need to do first. And we are going to remove some rust on the rear quarter panel, and well, there's a little crack that we're going to repair, probably off to do some more stuff underneath. I want to get the full rear suspension in, start the brake lines, and the brake setups, because next week the new brakes should be ready and on its way to the shop, so we can do that pretty soon as well. So I want to prepare everything, prepare the brake lines, prepare which parts we will going to need, so we can completely install that right away. Now let's find out if we can remove the rear bumper. Let's see how that is all being, if it's as bad as the rest. Well, at least it's with crazy new bolts again, not the original ones, and it's not feeling really nice. So let's set that. Well, can you guess? I will zoom in it later. Oh, fucking hell again. A big mess like everything. Fucking hell. Cuts away. Ah! What the fuck is it? So I'm not sure what's on the case of this. The real panel looks like it's really decent, no rust. From the inside, no crazy rust, only at the bottom layer. It looks like they grinded it down and just not protected it or some strange way. So at least we're going to grind down that point, fix the little crack, and then put it in some protective layer, so that will be nice as well. Strange. And yeah, I think, well, we've got some rear bumper threads to repair as always. We are always repairing threads on this build, so we keep our jobs.
Why, hello there, and welcome.
Well, next step, let's get the rear axle under it, and we can measure a lot more things. So stay tuned. We're going to measure some stuff out in this episode. Alrighty, not going to clean it that much, just made it a little bit better looking, that the engine is looking nice and the diff is looking nice as well. So now let's put it under. Oh, fuck. It's renting so nice. So nice. Okay. Not too bad. Well, all these tiny steps are making progress. So full rear suspension is under. Now working on the prop shaft. We're going to call today on some solutions. This is all derusted. It needs some love, but I'm going to discuss what's the best plan on this. But I first want to get more stuff finished than do lots of sheet metal and rust repair before paint. So, well, it's not looking too bad. It could use some more love. But I want to get some things finished first, so let's go on with the prop shaft, power steering, first starts on the brake line stuff while ongoing. But I'm feeling kind of excited on how all this progress is coming together. Is the original prop shaft front, and then is the prop shaft. Well, we need to get some stuff together, I guess. Let's find that out. Good. $650 millimeters should do the trick. 50 millimeters should do the trick. 650. Huh? Well, it looked like that it's almost fitting, but the hardy disc is not fitting on this point. I don't know if the hardy disc from the Mark IV fits the actual ore that we cut and weld. Let's find out. The lengths are really close. So let's measure if these points are the same, because these points are a little bit different, a really small bit. So this is 83 and this is, nah, this is more crap. Damn you. That's a little saddy. So remove the hardy disc. Okay, this is fitting. Well, okay, that is on the works. Into the talks with the specialized drive shaft company. I will hear back probably later today, and good chance that we're shipping out complete axle to be rebuilt, welded, balanced, and then we can swap it on back. So that's another thing checked off of the list on the progress on this. Man, we're in a point of the project that lots of small things are slowly finishing up, but on the other hand, things needed to be sent out, things needed to be arranged, so that's on hold a bit. So I'm trying to move upwards on finishing everything, and of course, well, like I've shown you again with these bolts, I'm not sure what it all is, but let's fix these threads. And that's not supposed to be in there. I think we've got a broken bolt, so do some repairs on the threads again. All the threads are damaged. Holy shit balls. No way. braking. Crap. It stopped again. That farting. Whoop whoop. Whoop 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 whoop. It's smoking hot, baby. This one's so cool. Power steering. So I made a little drawing. Yes, I want to get the power steering over here so we can reach it from inside the engine bay. I'm going to flip it. The lines probably will be at the front, so we're going to do this way, hopefully. Now, let's make a bracket or a test bracket or, well, whatever I call it, as always. Get this wiring fixed. Prepare the brake lines. See if you can use some other brake lines to fit. Otherwise we're going to make some stuff. But of course, with the internet ski game, not everything is in yet. So what do we do now? Adjust, adapt, order more parts and move that to the next episode on getting everything done for the brake. I'm already working on it for 2 weeks to get all the parts here. If you order new parts, no problem. But if you try to search parts, then we go on to the difficult parts. So I'm trying to get episodes and stuff done, but with every mix and match, there's a new problem arising. So maybe I will make a list, show everything on the list, what's missing and what's coming in. And with some crazy stuff at the rear, we're missing the sway bar at the rear. Normally the brake regulator for the rear is mounted to the sway bar and to the chassis. Of course we rebuilt it to the hull decks, so the mount is gone. Well, to make a new mount, no problem. But we were ordering a second-hand sway bar with all the stuff we need, and then suddenly the guy doesn't react anymore, so that didn't come in this week. I got all the brake parts ready to go rebuild all the brake stuff, but of course, in the internet ski game, not everything is in. Making a step-by-step list. Okay, so I'm going to print this one out. Doesn't matter how it is on the view. Now we can follow which line goes where, and we're sure we're doing the good stuff on a good point. So we can route stuff. Now let's measure everything up. One, but just to be sure. Or M12. Oh, these are 12 millimeter. This one are big. M12, so probably the fronts, and then I think these are the rear. Yes, those will probably M10 type. brake stuff is coming in. Well, happy in the end that I started them from copper. The first plan was to make it from steel because I do not like the look of the copper. So probably I'm going to powder coat or paint them black so they will look nice and OEM plus. But on the other hand, to make them on the first go with steel would have been a problem. Now I should be able to make them from steel because we got the right shapes, but yeah, it was a tricky one in this tiny space. But I'm kind of happy on them. They're just running free after the airbox. Then both of them go down and then they flip up onto the booster. And that is another point in the engine bay done. Final cables are in place, taped in, wrapped up, so that's done. Now, okay, I have done something. This was connected with plastic hose. And I think this was shrinking on with heat and then pushed on. It's too long, it's the vacuum line of the brake booster, and it's too long and I want to put it in the right place. So I think I need to heat it up, then shove it over again, and hopefully it stays. But it is over here, and how can I heat this properly without touching anything? So we need to make some room. Yes. It looks like it went really good. I'm going to bend it a little bit more, that's a little less tension, but well, that's what I told you. This episode is all fixing about the tiny things, and this is another one, a really small tiny bit. I need to think about for a while on how to do this, and well, I think it was just the easiest way. That it was the easiest solution. Heat it up, just cut it and fit it on. On the list, look, clutch, no clutch. So switch these out as well. And that came out even better than expected. So the line is going behind the brake lines into the booster, all the electrical cables, and then we've got it all in. And trying to level up my game with an indication on how many hours I think I'm going to spend on a certain job, making a list, put that out to the client so we can discuss how many hours we want and we need to put in things. And you know, they have a little bit of a guideline on where we're going and what still needs to be done. So we can always discuss that and stay open for tips and tricks or other solutions. It's not the big parts on the project, it's all the small parts and businesses we need to work together with. So some of them go exactly as planned, and some of them, well, you try to get them on the flow, but that doesn't mean they're all happening. So unfortunately, well, no gas tank welding in this episode. I tried to make an appointment, but he was busy, I was busy. Well, let's leave it in the middle. We still didn't weld it in this episode. We've got lots of parts done in this episode, but not everything. My list, well, went smaller and also bigger on some parts that I need to figure out and that we still need to do, or that we order. We're shipping out the big boxes, so they are on the flow. Company seems good on communications, so I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully we get them back as quick as possible. So things went out and things went in. Thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. And yes, it is difficult, and there are a lot of small tiny things that you need to do and arrange, especially when you're all alone and managing all the parts in the shop. I think we made some big steps on the project again, but as you have seen, it is a lot of work and the details are in the small game. Thank you. See you all in the next episode.